All right, I'm doing things a little different today. I'm doing things different today because I can. I know there's music playing in the background. I know that the stream stopped and then started again. And you know what? That is what we call a scuff. And you know what that means? When you scuff at the start of the stream, the rest of the stream gets even better. And I'm going to tell you why it's even better. Because it's Margarita's happy hour. Happy Thursday, everybody! Happy Thursday, everyone. This is twitch.tv/PizzaMaid, and I am the head maid in charge here, Pizza Maid. It's a pleasure to serve you all. It is Thursday, May 30th, 2024. And if you are tuning in for the first time to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in. I am the head maid in charge here. I am obviously a Android PNG tuber, and I like to stream a lot of the Phantasy Star Online content, whether it be the JRPGs or the MMOs or even games that were influenced and inspired by Phantasy Star. I'm usually streaming them here. So to have you here and just kind of look back and enjoy, it's always a pleasure. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Every month, I like to do a monthly feature called Margarita's Happy Hour, where I get the opportunity to interview influential people as well as amazing folks within the space and give them some love and give a highlight to them. And this month, I'm particularly excited at who our guest is. But before we go into that, I do want to let you guys know just some quick housekeeping stuff just so you know for what's to come before we start this interview. So first and foremost, next week will be the start of the Destiny 2 The Final Shape. So with that, on the special stream on Tuesday, June 4th, I will be streaming some Destiny 2. I believe I might be streaming with some Dragon Playing Worm as well as Neon Axolotl. I'm not entirely sure if we're doing voice chat or not. That's something I'll have to touch base with them on. But I look forward to playing with them as well as playing Destiny 2 with viewers. So I hope you guys are equally as excited for that. Aside from that, though, I think we'll be going back to our regularly scheduled PSO PSO casting and streaming. And then we will actually have a Gunpla Garage redeem that I got. I forget what stream it was that I got that one. I think it was the Jackbox birthday party stream that I will be redeeming. So there will be a Saturday in June when you guys will get to see me doing some Gunpla. I just have to situate the date. So right now it's still kind of to be decided, to be announced. Gotta get some setups and tinkering stuff done over here. And then you guys will get the opportunity to see IRL pizza hands while I'm building Gundam Ariel. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am about it. It's going to be such a good time. So we have that coming up, and then I'll also be announcing the date for our next month's Margarita's Happy Hour interview. So be on the lookout for that. But before we start getting into what June has to offer for us in terms of Margarita's Happy Hour, I actually want to start with what we have going on this month. And we're ending the month on a high note because I'm very, very excited to have with us a NGS official content creator, as well as a dear friend and someone that I've enjoyed being able to play and interact with throughout the course of a few months. So without further ado, let me actually change the stream on over to there. And as you can see, this is not our typical space setup. This is actually something very, very different. And I wasn't prepared for it, but I actually absolutely love it. I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. I hope it does. We'll see how it goes. But you guys, I'm going to give you a heads up as well, because there was that brief glitch where my internet went out and my stream went down. We're actually going to be starting an ad break in just a few minutes as well. So while that happens, get ready and get prepared, because I cannot wait to introduce you all to my dear friend who's actually chatting in chat right now, Raijin Arlex. So just stay with us, bear with us. If you are already a subscriber of the channel, though, you will be able to enjoy this ad-free. So be on the lookout for that. So let's really quickly get this ad break running now so that we don't have many interruptions during the course of the interview. And yeah, we'll be getting ready to go. So hold on, bear with us, and we will be right back in just a few minutes. Okay, so if you guys are tuning in, the setup for today is definitely a little different than what I usually do. So with that, I have to do just a little bit of connoitering with a couple of things. So please bear with me, as well as I get Raijin on the voice call right now. And I'm pretty excited about this. Let's see. I'm calling into Raijin. My Raijin's back. Hey, hey, how you doing?
Hello there, Pixelmate.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, hello.
Uh,
How's it going?
Good, good. I figured I would get you in on the call. We do have a brief ad break going on, so I'm actually going to let you know. We got about like 2 minutes left of the ad break, and then I'm going to start formal introductions. But this is for all the subscribers. We get exclusive one-on-one chat time with Rajan, so you can all hear his voice. Maybe if you're all so fortunate, maybe you can even ask for an ara ara. I don't understand the ara ara. I thought that was like an orale or a wepa, and I wasn't prepared. I was like, what is ara ara? I'm like, that doesn't make any
The
sense to me.
ara.
Ara
That's
ara?
it's a way to say oh my in Japanese. It's a
Oh.
current thing on anime, most likely.
Oh, and here I am. I'm here thinking it's like wepa or si se puede. Oh my god. And I'm there. I'm just like, okay. Ada ada. Nope, it's not that at all. Okay. Go
Yeah,
figure.
it's kinda popular.
And
I have seen many of other streamers also do it.
so then the brief talk before we start the interview, I'm curious to ask, has any of your viewers asked you to ada ada?
Yes, sounds like it's one
Really?
of them.
Okay.
Sounds like those.
So what we're saying here is, if anybody in chat happens to be watching and they may request it, they may have to do this for a point redeem though. I won't have you doing this for free. I will not. I'd be like, no, no, no. I'm like, if you're gonna ada, you guys gotta work for it. But it looks like we already have viewers coming in. I see that there is a first time chatter by the name of Duvia 1973. Duvia, hello. It looks like she's rocking, or he is rocking your emotes as well. So I'm
Hi,
assuming
hi.
I'm assuming these are the crew. The crew is here and they're coming out to represent, which I absolutely love. I'm here for it. And I saw,
I'm excited.
and I noticed as well, we also had some recent follows. Iris Eternum, thank you so much for the follow, as well as DJ Ruin X, thank you also for the follow. And it looks like off stream as well, we also had Cloud Trekker, who we rated on Tuesday. So thank you so much for that. But I think with that being said, I think it's time. I think it's time to give you your proper introductions. So I'm excited about this. And actually, I'm a little nervous, but I think I'm nervous with every interview. And then I realized, what was I nervous about in the first place? Like, there's nothing to be nervous about, right? So, first and foremost, though, if this is the first time for folks in the channel that are getting to know you, Rajan, what would you say is your persona and VTuber online? And do you have any lore or information that you'd like to share with everyone about Sanyan?
Interesting question. Well, hi everyone. I'm Raijin Arlex. I'm an official NGS content creator. I have been playing PSO2 NGS for almost 2 years and a half, and so far it has been an interesting experience. It's the it's the first time I take streaming really seriously, and it has been a wild ride. So many things to say and so many things to experience, and it's an awesome community. Everyone has been so kind to me, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, I'm so happy. You're gonna hear me probably squeal like periodically throughout the course of the interview because I'm like, I love it. This gives me life. This is the reason I do these things because I want to highlight the community. Do you have any interesting lore then to your VTuber or your persona as well?
Yeah, about that question. Well, Sanian Solis is my original character. I designed her by my likings and all. And Isad is my original character. I planned her to be my VTuber model at one point, or my PNG model. I would like my model to look like my character. It's my original character, and I'm glad that NGS had so many ways to edit your character and make what you really want.
Do you feel now? So I'm understanding correctly as well. Did you start playing during the beta back in March of 2020, or did you come after it was introduced and launched online for the global?
I started playing NGS when it first released on PlayStation. So far, we didn't got the PlayStation version of the game.
Hmm.
I didn't knew about Phantasy Star at all. It's the first time I saw it on the PlayStation as a free to play game, and I decided to give it a try. And since then, I am glad that I did, and I chose the Ship 2 as my home server because I was alone at the beginning, and I had no idea about the game or the franchise, but the gameplay and the customization just made it up for me.
And in the process, though, even though you started the game alone, you've built this extended family within the game, because I know through association of I believe it was Sarzak. I believe Sarzak's a member of your alliance, and that's how I actually got connected to you. So really, you very much had homegrown and curated this community, and now it's almost like no one's going to be left alone, because you invite these people, and people come from, I'm assuming, different walks of life, different countries, different locations and locales, which is awesome.
Yes, many, many, many time zones, different time zones,
And
and not just like an hour difference like you and me.
we learned that today. Oh, daylight savings is wild. We were like, what do you mean you're Eastern and I'm Eastern? But there's an hour between us. And then we learned, we're like, oh, that's right. That daylight savings, real difficult.
It is kind of funny. I heard that is because of work time,
Hmm.
because of the schedules it has to be. They have to adapt and change the hour. But at the end of the day, it is very, very close to it, like the time.
You think they would change it at some point, but they technically can't. I think it has something to do with the farmers as well. I don't remember. Something about farming too, which I get it. I get it. But regardless though, and I think this is one of the beautiful things, and one of the reasons I was really excited to be able to connect with you today, is that I feel that you are a living testament, and I think that Sega's actually noticed this as well, which is why you've been chosen as a NGS creator. You represent a different type of culture, a different type of life, a different type of community, and it shows just how universal and how much on a global scale PSO2 has become. Because prior to Phantasy Star Online coming over,
Mhm.
or PSO2 coming over from Japan, it was strictly just the Japan servers. But now you're starting to see these, different countries come into play, whether it be North America, Central America, South America, Europe. And now all of these different types of content creators and different types of players are coming into the woodwork. Do you feel any sense of pressure or any sense of nervousness knowing that you are representing a community, or representing, maybe a different walk of life that may not get that much notoriety or I guess recognition?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. It does feel a bit pressure on my side. I feel a bit pressure because coming from a country that we don't speak English as a main language, I learned everything by myself,
Hmm.
and it's the first time I tried like, okay, let's go to Twitch and let's try to make some friends. Let's try to talk to people. Let's try to communicate. And I learned a lot of things because of that, because I decided to do these streaming and these community events. I learned a lot of ways to communicate with people, and I feel myself more comfortable
Hmm.
with speaking and more open than I used to be. I used to be a really shy person, and myself, I still consider myself a very shy person, and it helps a lot. A
I
lot
don't.
of other streamers, a lot of other content creators come from different places,
Hmm.
and I noticed that some of them have an accent as well. I have a strong accent. I have felt it, but that doesn't stop me with trying to create content and trying to just enjoy the game and have a good time with people and talk. I feel it.
I honestly can tell you that, as English is not my first language, my first language is Spanish. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, so I know the struggles that come with learning another language, especially learning English not as your first language. But I still think that you should celebrate and love your accent, because it represents me. It makes me feel that I belong. And the thing about video games that I always chuckle at is video games show a specific character, a specific type of person, but then you have games like Phantasy Star Online 2 where you can be whoever you want to be and look however you want to look, and it matters, it's validated. And so I feel in a lot of ways you represent me, so I say be proud with it, and I don't think you're shy. I think you got energy. I'm gonna get it out of you,
Oh,
don't you worry. We're gonna be
I'm
singing
thankful of
after
your opinion. Yeah.
you just wait. By the end of this stream we will be singing together at something. I don't quite know what yet, but my mission is
Oh,
clear.
oh my.
And it's funny because you, and this was the other thing that I was very excited about when interviewing you, is that you seem to be the person that is very goes with the flow, and you can try new things in a different way, and you seem to adapt very well. I mean, that's the reason why typically, if this is your first time viewing this interview, typically these interviews are held in Phantasy Star Online Blueburst on private servers called Affinia. This is actually the first time that I'm actually doing an interview without Margarita, even though it's Margarita's happy hour. Don't worry, she's here in spirit. But this is the first time that I'm actually doing an interview in PSO2 New Genesis. And I was like, I'm kind of curious if I could ask Raijin if we can do that, and if they would be okay with me doing that. And you seemed very like, okay, let's do it. And I just loved that kind of just like, let's try new things. Let's explore and see what works, and, you know, what could be a new avenue. So do
No,
you,
I'm very excited, very excited for it.
I mean,
And the look of the Android look, the Pixelmate look, is totally fitting with NGS.
but I think, and that's the thing, I don't think there is a set image to NGS. I think NGS is what your creativity will let it be. Like it only goes as far as you can creatively be. And I think that's the reason why I also love what Sanyan's model looks like as well. So the environment, and we're gonna do a, if you'll allow me this, I would love to do an alliance tour with you at some point during this interview, because the space is beautiful. I literally stopped talking when I first came into the space, and I went, oh my god, I'm so excited. This entire alliance space gives me life. I was like, wow.
I was a bit nervous. I was wondering if you would like it, the space. I recently started working on it like 1 month ago, maybe 1 month. I reset everything and I started over.
Oh,
And yeah, I really love building, but I haven't explored building as much in this game as I have loved it in other games.
so
I need to spend more time building.
now, have you been doing this with your alliance mates as well, or is this something that you've been taking on as a personal project?
Um, Two ideas come from friends, and the most entirety of the space I have decorated myself, um, since our alliance is trying to grow up and we have few members, and that way I just try to make it look like a comfy place that everyone can maybe take a break, come look, take some pictures. I just wanted to have a place that everyone can come to being on the alliance. But it would be wonderful, and I have seen it myself, some alliance members working together to create a space. They have made wonderful works, wonderful creative spaces out there. But well, that's my story. I built this like in a month.
That's Listen, I'm not part of your alliance, but I do intend on visiting more frequently, being like, I just need to take off my shoes, enjoy the hot tub, and just hang out with friends. So I may be visiting as a non-alliance member, and I'm
And
okay
you're
with that.
totally welcome.
I would be okay with that. Now,
Everyone is welcome. We have an alliance mag, and that thing gives buffs to anyone. Anyone is welcome to grab the buffs that we have on the alliance mag.
well, if you will allow us to, and this is entirely up to you as well, if you want to promote your alliance on the stream as well to see if we can recruit more members, I would love to be able to do that on the channel as well. I think that would be a great opportunity.
It would be awesome. We are looking for new members, and indeed, we need some friends that can help with some tasks and have a chill time. I don't ask for too much. I respect everyone's times, and I know that everyone is busy, but everyone is welcome to join our alliance. especially if you are on ship 2. And that's all I want to say. We are pretty chill. No hardcore, like, no, I'm not going to kick you from the alliance because you don't log in or anything. It's very, very friendly.
See, I respect this. I'm not a part of this alliance. I'm just the token honorary member of this alliance, and I will be here. And I will be enjoying all the fruits of your labors, and I will be hanging
You're a
out.
special guest.
I will bring fruit as an offering, as a way of thanks. I will also bring pizza if I can make it in game. So please look forward to it. Now, I am curious to ask as well. Of course, let's address, I guess, the elephant of the room. You are an official NGS content creator, and I think with that, comes a great title, comes with great power and responsibility. I'm curious to ask, what made you decide to get into the process of wanting to become an NGS official creator, and what does that entail? As much as you can tell us. If there's any secretive or discretionary information, by all means, that's perfectly fine. I don't want to ask those things, but I was just curious as to how the process worked.
It is a nice question. Well, let me think. It all began when I started watching Twitch and I started playing NGS. It all started by me watching other streamers on the category, and I stumbled upon another content creator by the name of Thrift Shopping. He was very welcoming, and I was a new player. He helped me a lot to get into the game and explain me a lot of things, teach me a lot of things, and I participated in a lot of farms and events that they were hosting. And I just loved the idea of that, of the sense of having a community that can do content together, have fun, just talk about the game and the different updates, the things that we need, criticize, a positive criticism is good. And this is what I find that I really wanted to do. I was looking for something that I would like to do, and this is what I found. I started streaming, and I was very shy, and of course, I wasn't gonna be like any popular like the streamers I watch, but I was welcoming everyone to do content with me as well. And as the time goes by, I learned more about the game, and my interest in the Phantasy Star series just grew up. But it was because I watch other content creators, and I find it very, very entertaining.
Okay. I was, and did the process, like the application process for being a content creator, did it feel very difficult? Like, did you feel that you had to hit certain prerequisites, or was it more just encouraging about how would you choose to engage with the community?
Oh yeah, it is very difficult for some. I can, like you say, let's address the elephant in the room. It can be really difficult to be in the program because the the requirements. But as long as you can maintain a proper audience, like I think it's 15 average viewers per month, you need to keep it up like that.
Okay.
It's difficult being a small channel on a Twitch channel that is starting to grow. Is very difficult.
But when,
But
but now when you parallel that, then in theory, then this, I think, shows the power and kind of the value and the volume of what you present as a content creator, which that's something I would be so unbelievably proud of. I'm proud of you to do that, because that means you're up there as a content creator on the Twitch channel, which is really a hard undertaking to do.
yes, and it's especially thanks to the community that is very welcoming, and everyone is here to have a good time and talk about the game. Especially, I love the game, and there's no deny that I want to continue being a content creator and playing this game. I'm looking for the future of this game. Looking forward for the future, and I still feel like NGS has a lot to offer.
Oh yeah, I agree. I know that there are so many mixed reactions. And I say this as a player who not only plays Phantasy Star Online 2, but also the older franchises. I know that there's a lot of mixed reviews as to the current state of NGS and where that future is headed. Do you think that there's, I know some people have a tendency to give PSO2 NGS a lukewarm take, especially compared to what folks may have experienced in base PSO2. Do you see high hopes or a high future for New Genesis, or do you see that it's just a growing process that it's going to come with time? Like all things, these things take time.
Indeed, it's taking some time, and we have already experienced it. Especially because NGS has only 3 years and is still on version 2.1. Like, what I can say is that a lot of people compare NGS to base PSO2, and base PSO2 has over 10 years of content, 10 years of story, 10 years of updates, patch, and balance. And people still say, okay, NGS is not like base. Base used to be better. But I am looking forward for Sega to see what is the real goal with NGS, the real path forward. Where are we going after these many changes that they did to the Phantasy Star franchise? This is like uh, the latest Phantasy Star. What are they going with the franchise? That is my question. And a lot of people ask me, are gonna be able to visit space or other planets? We are living here on this planet Alpha for 3 years. And people are mad at Sega because of things that are lacking on NGS that they were on PSO2 base.
And I agree with you. I do feel that you can't, it's a very much apples to oranges kind of comparison, because you're comparing only 3 years of this iteration of New Genesis as compared to 10 years of Phantasy Star Online. They're two completely different things. And I think it comes with the story and the narrative on it. I'm curious to ask. I understand that New Genesis and base PSO2 were kind of your introduction to it. Are you familiar with any of the previous games in Phantasy Star Online, or you really took in a lot of the lore and the narrative for this game or for previous games with the stories that they presented in the episodes of base PSO2 as well as New Genesis?
Well, base PSO2 is a complete game that I still need to experience. I have played PSO2 base a lot, and I have fun with friends like Sarsek. I have my character level up there, but I haven't experienced the story, the many chapters of the story. And I'm trying to avoid a little bit of spoilers because friends have told me base PSO2 is a good experience. You need it.
But this is the wonderful thing about PSO2, and this is something that I say, and it's going to sound like I have a bias to the Phantasy Star Online franchise, and perhaps I do to a degree. I'm not going to. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm going to be as transparent as possible. But PSO2 and New Genesis are games that don't gate you from progressing through the game by the story. It's something that it's very welcoming in how it introduces you to the game and what to do and what the combat and mechanics are, and you don't have to feel obligated to do the story right away. You can do the story at your own pace. And it's hard because there's a lot of other MMOs out there that don't do that. The only way to progress through those games is you have to go through the story. Do you think that PSO2 is doing it right? Do you think that they're doing it wrong?
Well, I feel like it's the opposite way around. In here, I recommend new players to finish the story first,
Oh,
and
that's fair.
because
That's fair.
it gives a lot of XP and it helps to get to the end game content. That is it. But indeed, there's many ways for on PSO2 base that you can level up and do other content. You don't necessarily need to do the story. You don't need to skip through the chapters or the dialogues. You don't need to rush it, and that's a good thing. But there's Also, we're mentioning that are a lot of titles are hidden behind the story, and I've been told you need to do the story because it gives you a lot of star gems, it gives you a lot of rewards, and you can bring many of those things to here on NGS, which I'm also glad that Sega decided to make the two games compatible with each other. I am really glad of that. And I can say, and I can really tell that Sega took their time to make the two games compatible, and I respect that, and I like it.
I agree. I agree. It gives you a sense of, for myself, I'll speak only for myself on this. It gives me a sense of importance that I can go between the two games and respectively between the two stories and still feel like the heroes of each story. The beautiful thing about MMOs that are out there right now, and I'm not even going to name those other MMOs, you guys know what they are. There's a huge driving point about making the player the hero, the character, the story, your quote unquote warrior of light, for lack of a better term. I think base PSO2 as well as New Genesis do that so unbelievably well through the story. And I have done the main story content for New Genesis. And I got emotional in many, many parts. And I think it gives testament to the game because it could be from a certain scene or a cut scene or a character dialogue that you have with Aina, or it could be the music that you hear while you're fighting Dark Falls. These aren't spoiler alerts, folks. I'm just saying, this is a hypothetical situation. And I think that the game does it very well. So
Yes, I think for me, the best chapter is chapter 5 on NGS. It really hit me with a lot of questions, and I wonder about the future of the story. I want to know what Aina and Manon gonna be doing after we found out the many, many things we found out on the story. I'm not gonna spoil, but yes, it is really exciting. Uh, a lot of friends have been telling me, "Oh, the story feels a little bit weak right now. It's slowing down. Aina and Manon are just making us deliver stuff that are not relative to the story at all. We are just doing side quests. It feels like, and at the moment, we haven't gotten any major story plot. We are just left with questions, many, many questions. And one thing I can say without spoiling is the thing I told earlier. Are we gonna be able to leave the planet in the future? That's a good question. We don't know, but I hope that Sega really decides to tell us on story. We need something. We need some action going on in the story. It's
the,
time to come back to the front lines. I say.
they do give some action in the story, and I'm making it a very crucial point to make this as spoiler free as possible, but they have a very interesting way as to how they approached specifically Manon and Manon's origins and what that means to us as the player. And I think that is a very important plot point because if you can recall, if anybody can recall, and I cannot suggest enough, please do the tutorial quest. Do the introductory quests. I know it, you can skip them if you want, but if you have the opportunity to, do yourself a favor and watch those cutscenes. You learn very early on that certain characters are very special and they harness very special gifts. And I don't think I would have actually looked back on those, had I not been following through on the story. Like I never noticed it early on, but it wasn't until I got through the story that I realized, I was like, oh, is that why that happened in the beginning? Is that why they did this, or is that why they did that? And that's all, again, because of the story. So I think there's a lot of Easter eggs that have been littered throughout the episodes as of right now, and I think there's more on the way for us too, or within the chapters. I'm sorry, episodes is base PSO2, chapters is New Genesis.
Because I do wanna do some of the story. I wanna replay the back again to see if I can catch some of those Easter eggs. The other day I was watching a streamer, and they were theorizing and wondering about one quest in a specific, and the quest had some leads to maybe what's gonna come in the future, and a major threat coming in our way. And that was quite interesting. Like, wow, I didn't notice that. It's a side quest, and the NPCs uh, have so much stuff to tell, and not a lot of players have noticed that. And maybe that's why we feel like, oh, there's no hint, there's nothing to grab from this story. What we base our theories on. But I feel like we are finding stuff, and everything is gonna make sense slowly.
Oh yeah, I agree, and I believe we're gonna learn. I mean, I know, I know, I learned some things that I wasn't aware of after going through the chapters, and I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? And I remember I had like to actually step away momentarily because I was like, I thought this entire time I was going through this game and going through this story with this set fixated image in my mind that I was this character, only to find out that I'm not that character. I mean, I am, but I'm not. Apparently, this is what my character
Apparently,
is. It's like
perhaps.
I've never felt more betrayed and lied to in my entire life, but I loved every single minute of it while watching the cutscenes. Now, I'm curious to ask then as well, and I'll start off from the jump. Is this your first MMO that you've ever played, or have you played other MMOs in the past as well?
No, if I recall, one of the first MMO that I played was Metin 2. Then I also tried Guild Wars 2, Terra Online, and of course I come from Final Fantasy 14 as well. I met some good friends on the 14 community, but I only play the free trial on there because you need to pay a subscription, and I couldn't afford the subscription, so I only play the free trial. And so far, Final Fantasy 14 has been like the base, the base for me as what an MMORPG should be. It has established the base. I can't say that.
So then, do you think then, as well, do these other MMOs or the MMOs that you have played, do you think that there's a lot that they could take from PSO2 or PSO2's model, or do you think there's still things that they need to learn that PSO2 is kind of perfected at this point?
Both things. I think NGS can learn from other MMOs, and other MMOs can learn from NGS. And I would stand for NGS as the best character customization that there is out there at the moment. I'm very, very, very like grateful for that. And I'm kind of sad that other games that are releasing new with good graphics and top tier combat and everything, they are not releasing with so many options of customization. They just give you a basic looking character, and they give you costumes for them, and you need to pay for the costumes, and I don't like that. I prefer this way, that I can paint my character's hairstyle the way I want. I can put accessories on and put the clothing I want on.
I agree. And I think that there's a very nice thing about PSO2 that a lot of the microtransactions, if you do want to invest money into PSO2, it goes purely into cosmetic. It's not about bettering you as a player or bettering you as a person. It's very accessible in PSO2 New Genesis to get your character to a top tier level without having to spend real life currency on it or real life money on it. And I think that speaks volumes, especially in the day and age that we live in now, where there are subscription-based games and then there's non-subscription-based games, but they have those pay-to-win microtransactions. That's one thing that I'll always respect, that Sega's like, the only thing you have to pay for is fashion. And I will pay for fashion. Yes, I will. And I
Yeah.
will do everything in my power to look as pretty as I can because you guys made this game that pretty. So I definitely
Yes.
do that.
A lot of the fear of many players is that the game will be pay to win, but we don't have pay to win mechanics. So far, everything is accessible and can be bought from the player market, and you can farm for the currency in the game and basically buy all the clothing you want. Eventually, you're gonna save up meseta and be able to buy what you want. And I really, 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 really push people. Well, push doesn't sound good. I really incentivize people to farm for currency instead of uh, buying the real life money currency.
I agree. I think what is it, star gems? You can get a lot of great items with star gems, and I believe with the
Tasty.
star gems you can unlock the mission pass, and I believe unlock the personal shops if you really wanted to.
It's called Arcs Catch AC, and yes, it can be really expensive if you plan to pull, for example, 12 in the scratch to get 12 items. You get random items in the scratch gacha. But I can say that there's a lot of players that like to do it that way.
Yeah, I think those are the people that also sometimes need maybe may not have as much playtime online to be able to do it, that it's kind of that quick fix, which is understandable, and that's not to say that there's anything wrong with that. I always encourage people, let me be clear, your money is your choice. You do what you choose to do with your money. There's no judgment. This is a no judgment zone here. But if you have the time to be able to invest in farming for currency, there's no reason not to. And the beautiful thing about PSO2 as well is it does encourage alts, because you can have alts to, farm maybe Meseta on this character, and maybe farm weapons on this character, and farm cosmetics on this character. You can do that if you want to, and then you can look whichever way you want all the time as well. So it's very free form, which I'm always excited about. Do you have other characters, or is this mainly the character that you play the most?
Well, I only farm in this character. I only play on this character as my main, but I do have a character on ship 1 and 3.
Oh,
I have 3 characters.
so do you do that to connect with other people on the other ships and just
Yes,
meet
those
people?
are for visiting other friends. And when there's an event, there was a fashion show I was invited to on ship 3 one time, and I created a character just to attend the fashion show. It was kind of funny because I had to dress myself and not look like a new starting player.
I've done that too. I'm currently playing a character now on ship 3, because I noticed that each ship in New Genesis, and base PSO2 as well, you could see that there's different types of people, and you could see, that the club parties and the events, the fashion shows will happen on ship 3, but that there's also very heavy role players on ship 1, and then kind
Mhm.
of like the people that are veteran players of PSO2 and PSO, a lot of them play on ship 2. There's different individual personalities to each ship that I'm like, that's so interesting. I'm like, I knew that it would happen, but I didn't know how it was going to happen. And I still have yet to discover 4. I imagine 4 is a great ship, though, too. So maybe one day I'll get to visit ship 4 as well.
I don't know why it's like that, but you are totally right
It's
with the descriptions of each ship.
and let me tell you though, the excitement and the energy, and I think this speaks volumes to every PSO2 player. It doesn't matter where you're from or how long you've been playing. They put all their energy into what they do, because the costumes of people trying to dress themselves as NPCs is some of the most amazing work I've ever seen before. And it's not easy to do. I'm trying it right now. I'm trying to dress like an NPC, and it's not easy to do. So the energy that and effort that folks put into their characters, I absolutely love. I think it's great. So
Yeah, it's great that we have the accessories and the actual clothes of the NPCs that we can choose whoever we want to cosplay. There's a way
oh,
for
yeah.
almost most of the NPCs on NGS. There's an accessory or clothes related to them, and most of the time they give it out for free on the SGS Crash or Mission Pass. I have seen.
And this is the other thing about Sega that I have to give Sega credit for. Sega tries to communicate and connect with the community in a lot of ways. If there is a certain thing that you're trying, or they're trying to kind of promote, they give a lot of item codes. And I cannot stress enough, if you ever get the chance, please make sure to follow both fan sites as well as Sega to find out when those item codes are available, because they can give you tokens or currency towards, past promotions like the Raggle Memories, or, they might be promoting the Japanese comic for Central or PSO Kami, and you can get these items to pick up these things that were previously just Japan exclusive, and you can get them now. And it's just a matter of typing something in like Rappy flies fast or something like that, and there you go. You have 3 tokens to choose whatever you'd like. But I think that's great, because nobody's limited to just looking like their base starting character. You can expand it to however you want, and I can't tell you how many hours I've spent in the salon. That is the most important part. Dark Falls is not the end boss. It's fashion. It's
Oh
fashion.
yeah, it's the salon boss they call it.
it's the longest. Time is the worst boss of them all, let me tell you. I've spent hours, painstaking hours on characters. I'm curious to ask, what is the longest time you've spent on your character, or what's the most expensive item you've ever purchased for your character? For a
Oh
cosmetic, of
my.
course.
Well, let me think. I think I think the first time I created my character, I spent almost 5 hours uh, creating it, because I wanted to
Wow.
be sure I wanted to create an original character. And it was my first time having the tools for it. Like, okay, this game seems like I can do it this time. So let's create our original character here. And then I slowly began to buy the accessories I wanted for it. And maybe one of the expensiest accessories that I ever bought. mm, Let me think real quick. Um, it was perhaps it was.
You don't
I'm
have to tell
looking
the
at it.
price if you don't have to tell the price if you don't want to. I will believe whatever you say.
I think I once paid 10 million for an accessory. 10 million
Yeah.
pesetas for an accessory. Indeed.
Yep. Yep. I've been there. I've been down that road before. Yes, I have. But if you saved up and this is what I tell myself, but if you saved up for it and you had the money, there's nothing wrong with this. You did exactly what you were supposed to do.
Yes, exactly. And I took it out of my head. Like, okay, I'm realized now I have it.
I know with a couple of the accessories that I own, I don't believe they're on. Oh no, they are on this character, but they're not visible right now. They'll be visible come around Halloween time. I made a Halloween costume for this character, and the amount of money that I spent on that Halloween costume. I had Meseta, I had it, and then I lost it all. It just went into the it just flew out. I saw it fly out of my pockets, and I was so sad. But it's worth it for what the costume is going to be. But again, the prices I'll pay for fashion are, they know no bounds. But it's okay.
Yes, indeed.
I did it and
And
I had the money.
especially if you wanna try to make a cosplay, it could be really expensive. If the accessories are like old accessories that were available back then a year ago, they can be really expensive. Can be only 2 left in the market or just one, and they can decide whatever price they like. And
Yeah.
it's totally understandable.
Yeah. Now, do you actually, speaking of cosplay, do you have a favorite character in either base PSO2 or NGS? Like, do you have that, like, character that is either your waifu, your husbando, or just kind of like your senpai? Like, that's it. It's the best character in the entire game.
uh, NGS wise on story like NPCs.
Yeah.
Hmm. There's one character I like, and I would like her to be more in the story. Uh, she's called Faria. She is Manon's sister, like a Manon's little sister,
Hmm.
and I like that character. She's white hair, short lady, and she's very shy, serious, and chill. I like her.
Oh, I think
Hello,
she has.
Cruz. How are you?
I know, I'm there. I'm like, I love it. Chat, by the way, if you do have any questions that you would like to ask Rajan, please feel free to post them in the chat. And if you'd like to send any messages of positivity to Rajan, please send those as well. If anybody would like to hear Rajan do ara ara, that's also acceptable. Please look forward to it. But yeah, please feel free. Don't be afraid to speak up too. If you guys have any questions for Rajan as well, I want to open the floor to not just myself, but to everybody else. I do think though that Faria is gonna have she's gonna play an important role in later episodes because we're max level right now is what 85, 90. We still got a ways to go. We've got more story and we've got more levels to level up. So it's gonna
Sounds
happen.
good.
It's definitely going to happen in due time. So, actually, if it's all right with you as well. Oh, Cruise Boy, the question here, I'm going to ask this as professionally as possible. Rajan, Arlex, we got a question in from chat from Cruise BOJ asking, how you so handsome? What's your secret?
I watch I watch anime.
I don't know
play
why.
video games.
That's the skincare regimen I never knew I needed. I wash my face with some Jujutsu Kaisen, and then I rinse off with a little My Hero Academia. I'll apply a little bit of moisturizer and serum in the form of, Sailor Moon, and then this is how I get this beautiful glow. That's it. That's all I needed to do. Do you watch
Yes,
a lot of
indeed.
anime?
I used to watch a lot of anime. Some of the old ones I really like, and I have a hard time adapting to the new ones, but I really enjoy the old animes.
Okay, so let's talk here for a second. What are we calling old animes? I'm very curious by this. What's a favorite
Well,
old anime?
90s animes, 90s. Let's say, for me, Naruto, the original Naruto, is becoming old. And I
Yeah,
don't like to say that because I'm like, oh, I'm sound like I'm old.
no.
But speaking the truth, I like those times when Naruto, Bleach were up, and I think those were great.
I agree with you on that. And Yu Yu Hakusho and Tenchi Muyo, I
Well, I've
never
been watching
forgot you.
Cowboy Bebop recently.
Oh, Gulvicon, thank you so much for the 5 bits. Thank you. You've been watching the old Cowboy Bebop then? Oh.
Yes, indeed.
Oh.
It's a very good show.
It is. That one it is. All because of that cute dog Ein, my favorite. I mean, I love Faye as well, but Ein really kind of stole the show for me, and it's been a very long time since I've watched it. Absolutely a long time. And that's the other thing. Can we let's be honest here. PSO2 is the anime, MMO of choice. Final
Uh-huh.
Fantasy 14, WoW, Terra, take notes. This is how you do an anime MMO, and I love it. I mean, that is a big driving force for me.
Indeed, let me cosplay my favorite character. Indeed.
And you can. And this also, again, World of Warcraft came out with a movie, and Final Fantasy 14 does commercials with anime. But Phantasy Star Online has done an animated series. It's also done another animated series called Episode Oracle, and then it does a weekly web comic.
Oh yeah, the webcomic. I want to read the webcomic, but they need to bring back the anime to the screen, to the big screen. A lot of people told me, "Oh, those were great," and
You've never watched them? Or
I managed to watch a couple of episodes, but I never finished the anime. I thought I was gonna watch the whole anime in Central City.
oh, I can provide you, my friend, if you want to see it. If you want to see, there are links available. There are amazing people on YouTube that have made the PSO Kami episodes available, both seasons 1 and 2. as well as some I don't think they have any central anime episodes, but at least
Yeah.
the PSO Kami. But there's also ones available on Crunchyroll, like Episode Oracle, which is their serious PSO2 anime, and then what I call their isekai anime, which is PSO2 the animation. Those are also available on YouTube, and those are very, very good. Those I enjoyed a lot.
I don't remember which one was available on the screen, but they show an anime, a PSO2 anime with one of the PSP games, PlayStation Portable, in it.
Oh, that was probably, maybe that was PSO2 the animation. I may or may not have just bought that on eBay a couple of days ago. I can neither confirm nor deny this.
Yeah, and it was great. I was like, oh, and seriously, first game I see that is able to do something like that. I can watch anime in here. I can watch the screen. They have so much potential in that screen they can show.
I agree. I agree. BOJ is also saying Terra's dead, though. I know. I enjoyed Terra when it came out too.
I
I
think
actually,
it's available on PlayStation only.
Terra? No, Terra's also available on Xbox too.
Or just
Xbox
on
Series.
console then.
It is available on console for the Xbox Series X. I once spent an evening a few months ago downloading it to play it, and Cruz is right. It's a very dead game. There weren't a lot of people there, sadly, but I enjoyed what I got to play of it though, which was quite nice. It's quite nice. Now I'm curious to ask as well because, and this might be a bit of a serious discussion, so I'm going to apologize in advance for that. But actually, I'm going to hold that question because I just realized that we are coming up on an ad break momentarily. So, folks, I apologize for that. I didn't know that that was going to happen, but we do actually have an ad break coming up. So, if you guys would be so kind, if you are not a subscriber of the channel, unfortunately, you're going to go through just a couple minutes of ads. I promise we will keep things very low key so that you guys are not missing a beat. But if you are a subscriber of the channel or a member of the Maid Militia, you'll get to continue to enjoy the content on the channel ad free. I do have to run ads, so it's just going to be a few minutes, but we will be right back. So, don't go anywhere. Or if anything, actually do go somewhere. Go get a snack. Go get something to drink. Because I have a very important, we're coming into the serious portion of the interview right now. I don't
Oh
have any
boy.
soft music for it, but we're going to do it. I just decided it because I can. So stick with us and we will be right back. If it loads up. Okay, there we go. Now, if you are a subscriber of the channel, this is where we do a very basic, just a quick minute ad break. I didn't know, did you need any water or anything? Are you all good on your end?
Oh, I do need a drink.
I know, myself as well. I'm like, I'm a bit parched.
Yes, I need to hydrate a little bit.
I would like to redeem points on your channel right now to give you hydrates. Can I do that?
I can do.
Oh, I did that. I did that monomate like 30 seconds ago. I'll do it again. It's the one thing I love. I love doing the interviews, but usually by the end of the interviews, my husband Sam is just like, "Pete, are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm good. I was laughing so hard." He's like, "You were?" I'm like, "You know me. When I
I was
laugh
like, so.
loudly."
Yes.
So it's cool.
The last time I ended the stream, I was like that, like, oh my throat.
Well, your streams run very, very long. Your streams, you're running a few hours. I'm like, is Raijin marathoning? Is this a subathon and I missed the memo?
No, I hope to make a Sabaton soon. I want to, but that's usually like the amount of time that I usually go for. Like I like streaming for a long time. That usually the time I spend farming on NGS, I can stream it. I found it like the best way.
No, I
Like
understand.
okay, I'm gonna farm all day, so maybe I'm gonna stream it as well.
No reason not to, right? No reason. And
Yeah.
how is your drop rate on the items that you're farming for? Do they normally come very quickly or do they take a while?
Oh my, I have been lucky in the past, but this time around It seems like all my friends have been lucky except for me. No
What?
matter how long I farm or anything, it's just matter of random chances.
Well, see, okay, I'm gonna bestow upon you. I'm gonna give you a special pizza gift. I was told when I was a little girl that if you ever were in need of good luck, you just say this important phrase, "Sana sana colita de rana," and then you're good. You're good to go. And something about Vicks Vapor Rub and something about frogs, and you're good to go. So enjoy. Your luck is just returned.
I hope I get the weapon now.
And if you don't, just completely forget everything that I said because it's more about treating illness. But that's the one thing I just remember as a child. It cured everything for me. And bad luck, I feel, is right up there too. So just go with it. Go with it. Oh, a meseta check?
Mesera check, or Cruz likes to check on how much mesera
Oh, wait
we
a
have.
second. Oh, we're back. We're back with the hard-hitting questions. First off, Kyra, thank you so much for the lurk. I greatly appreciate it. Please know that your operating systems are currently going into idle mode, so please enjoy your lurk. And a meseta check. Is this a regular thing that your chat asks you about?
It's a regular thing that Cruz asked me for.
Listen, it's important. See, Duvia knows what I'm talking about. Sana sana corrida de rana. Y'all know what that is. It's y'all know what I'm talking about. It's my application to life. It literally, I could have the worst day at work. I just go sana sana corrida de rana, and I feel better afterwards. I feel renewed. I feel rejuvenated. My mother did it for everything too. Like it would be like raining on my birthday. I'd be like bummed out. She'd be like, "It's okay, honey. Sana sana corita de rana." I'm like, "Oh, mommy, I feel better already. Thank you."
It sounds like something that my mother will do.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. For some reason, like I could have a third-degree burn, and my mom would just be like, "It's fine. Just rub this on here. You're good to go. Don't worry. Don't cry. Stop crying. There's nothing to cry about." I'm like, "Okay, mom."
Oh my.
So I do want to ask because now we're getting into the very serious portion of the channel of the stream. So now, oh, I think the music's playing the point too. Oh no, never mind. That was the end of the song. Let's see if this is the serious song. This is the most serious song. This is perfect. Okay, so now you started playing during the PlayStation launch of it, and I actually started playing the game March of 2020. Of course, worldwide, that was when we were experiencing the pandemic. And during that time, we were going through a lot of rough points of isolation. I'm curious to ask if, not so much how the pandemic affected you, but did you feel any comfort or solace in playing PSO2 during that times when you might have been in quarantine or isolated from seeing other people?
Oh yes, yes, totally, 100% sure that NGS and overall playing and Twitch, it all help. It all help and during this pandemic, everyone was having the same issue. No one could see each other, and it was really difficult to be outside. And a lot of people lost their relatives. And games and things like Twitch, YouTube, and social media helps people connect and interact with others, make friends, and perhaps leave things aside and start to do some other things that are more um, fun, entertaining, and healing. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, it heals. It helps.
I,
Well, that's what I like the most about video games. They help a lot.
I know for myself, I tell everybody how PSO2 saved my life because I was completely in isolation from my family for about 2 years because I was in a position where I was an essential worker. So to prevent my family from getting sick while also still working simultaneously, I had to keep my distance from them. So I remember some of the best nights that I ever had in a video game was going to the live concerts in PSO2 for Kuna. And we
Oh
have the
my.
live concerts now. I listen to Eternal Encore every night for about 6 months at the same time, and it just everybody was there, everybody knew the song, and it didn't matter how many times they heard the song, they're like, I'm here with you guys, and that's what
Encore.
matters. Eternal Encore and Our Fighting by Kuna. And you know what, I kind of, do you think that Nadara is filling the role of live concerts well, or do you think they need to give her more songs?
They need to excuse what I was about to say, but they need to exploit her a little bit more. She has so much potential, so much potential. I love her voice actress, and as a singing voice, she's ideal to take on what Kuna was trying to do on bass. It would be wonderful if they bring back Kuna and the old concerts too. And I don't know if Sega can do that. Maybe the voice actress is busy with something else, but Nadore, I feel like is our idol, and she needs to be bring more to the stage, bring more to the audience.
Yeah.
Especially since the concert, both the live concert, is no longer necessary to be attended to. That is a huge thing that is impacting maybe in the future that we get more concerts. But a lot of friends agree that we need more songs, and Nadare is our idol. She needs to be singing more songs for us.
Yep, I agree. And
I,
I will be the first to admit her song is the only song I will listen to in English because, like you said, her singing voice actress, when she sings that first song, it's amazing. It's my favorite song, and it's one of my favorite reasons of questing through Ritem on a new character is just to hear her sing that song. It just gives me so much energy. So I'm right
indeed,
there with you.
and I'm very, very glad that they decided Manon to sing the same song. So I have now experienced it, Manon singing the song that I like the most about Nadare too.
I I know that one. I was just gonna say, I was like, I forgot that man and actually sang it until you mentioned it now.
Yes,
That's
I have it on my playlist.
do you, oh, that's right. They did release it as a music disc. That this new music disc is phenomenal, by the way. I love having to not feed my mag very seriously, and I could just put music on it and create a playlist. I think that's great, and I
You
wish more
put
people.
music to it.
That's all I want to do. Like there's something really nice about games that let you do that, and there's other games that do give you like music disc options that you can play them, but you can only play them in your private space. This one I can take everywhere with me. It's my little MP3 player. That's my mag. It's my little iPod, and I love it. I wish more games
Yes,
did that.
that's what I do. All the time I can, I just be playing the Mac music. That's how I manage to hear many of the songs from base game and other Fantasy Stars. Come on, Sega. I like that. I like that. There kudos to Sega because they bring the music of other games to here. They have the license to it, and I get it. Even Sonic music is here, and I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. And it's anytime that they do collaborations with other people, I know that a lot of the what was it, the Hololive collaborations. I think they'll even do music for that, as well as the Hatsune Miku and all the other games. They really try to collaborate with either a lot of their own classic Sega titles or extend their reach to other ones, and I think that's awesome. I think that's great.
Yes, it is awesome.
Oh, oh, thank you so much. We've met our goal, you guys. Thank you so much for the followers. Oh, I actually have to catch up on chat too because I see some other comments here. I have another quote. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Cruz, you're not wrong. That was literally the start of my channel. The start of my stream, that's what happened. I made a couple mistakes and the stream just completely turned off, and then I had to turn it back on. At that point, I just told myself we can only go up from here, and I feel that we
Good,
have.
Chris.
I feel
Indeed,
that
Chris.
I feel that we have only gone up from here. I'm actually, I'm in awe still of your space. Could I possibly ask for a nice room tour that we can give the viewers as well?
You want a tour of the Alliance space? Oh my, I'm excited.
Okay,
But
I'm ready. I just want to show folks as well, and we can talk and walk as we go along as well.
yes, indeed.
So,
Let me get out of my chair. That piano over there. By the way, this was made by Cruz. Cruz is an amazing builder.
Wait,
Cruz
Cruz,
is
you made this?
yeah,
No.
Cruz give it to me. There's an option so we can save blueprints for creative spaces and give it to friends that wants this item on their spaces.
So
And I find it awesome. Yeah.
So wait, okay, so this isn't just an alliance space. This is a space that holds memories of all the community members that are part of your circle and just part of your channel. And so there's little pieces of everybody that's currently in this chat right now that's in this alliance space. I'm getting
Yes,
choked up. I need a moment. This is beautiful. I love this. I absolutely love this.
it is.
Now, see, Cruz, what you can't tell is I could see that your name is written in the sheet music right there. I see your name. I see Cruz BOJ. And then just below it, I see everything that can go wrong will go wrong. I saw it. It's right there.
The song.
That must be a new song. I can't wait to hear it when it comes out. You must obviously be a waker.
Up here we have the kitchen area, and here's where I like to hang out when I stop farming. I just lay down there.
Wait, you can
lay
really
down.
lay down? Oh my god. What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes, and if you have sitting emotes, you can also sit down.
Wow. What?
Yes.
Wait, I'm accidentally punching you. I'm so sorry. Oh, this is I want you to know I'm a happily married woman, but my husband will not mind the fact that I'm sitting next to a cat girl right now. He would accept it. You're like, this is the most android thing she could do. I knew it. She loves her cat girls.
Yes, I love the light coming from the window.
And do you keep it on a set like daytime schedule as well, or does it actually like go into night at any point, or does it just stay one fixed one?
For this occasion, I keep it on daytime, but I can turn it on anytime I like,
Oh.
just like this.
You just magicianed me right now. That was very David Copperfield of you. I wish I was sitting next to a cat girl. Cruz, I'll do it for you. Here, ready? Look, it's here. I'm doing it right now. I am Cruz. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Tara's dead. I did it. I'm here. Live vicariously through me, Cruz. We're doing it right now. I love this though. And I just love how much character it has here. Is that pizza? You can make pizza in your creative space?
There's a pizza building part, indeed. I think it's from base game, but I'm glad that they brought it here.
Wow.
We are getting a lot of the base game stuff as a building part for this space.
I feel like mind you, I've been playing this game since 2020. I feel like I just became a new player and I'm just learning all this stuff for the first time. I had no idea.
Yes, the creative spaces need more love. It's not the main focus, as I mentioned earlier, of many players, but it's indeed a huge tool, huge content that we have.
So,
And of course,
would you say that the community events that you lead, are they kind of driven towards creative spaces, or are you more about like farming rare items and rare drops?
I would like to include more creative space content in my channel, but the majority of the times I'm running the content that is available at the moment, what everyone else is trying to farm at the moment, the current year farm or seasonal event or LTQ, UQs, everything that is there to do, I try to do it all.
Oh wow.
I think that's why I take too much on my stream every day, because I try to do everything we can each week.
But you get to do it with your community, which is great.
Yes, it's lovely to do it with friends that, yeah, just hanging out, chill, and farm. It's not stressful like that. Some people complain that it can be too grindy, too stressful, but as long as we have good company, I feel like it's a nice time.
And
I don't mind it.
You also have a good balance, though. You can take those breaks from doing that farming by, again, working on your creative space and hanging out with your friends.
Yes, I would like to add more Creative Space builds and do on stream like a community event on Creative Space. I'm planning to do a fashion event maybe on Halloween. Maybe you
Wha-
can show me your costume on Halloween as
Oh,
well.
oh my gosh. I That's so much pressure, but I'm so here for it. I've worked on it so hard. Okay, yeah. You should. Well, I'm curious to ask, do you Oh, the song. Oh, the sad song came on. I wasn't ready for that. Oh, that hit me like a ton of bricks. I forgot what I was going to ask you. Oh god. Why you got to be that way?
Music is great.
I just I need a moment. It's too good. It's too good. I was curious to ask. Have you run any community events in the past on your channel, or I know you're talking about the one for Halloween, so I didn't know if you had done anything else in the past or you were
Mm,
working towards it.
no, I haven't done a fashion event so far. I did a special stream on my birthday last year, and so far only farming events. Like, okay, let's farm 6 hours, let's farm 8 hours, specific content. Usually it goes like that. But I want to include more events like a fashion contest with actual prizes on it, and hopefully bring more things that we don't usually do. Like there's a lot of players that have awesome costumes, awesome cosplays, and they don't get recognition. And we need that on ship 2. Like you say also. Ship 3 has their fashion main focus. Ship 1 has their cosplayers. And I have watched other streamers. I have seen the parties, I have seen the fashion events, and I haven't still seen a Chip 2 event like that. And we need that on Chip 2.
So what should we make ships? Let's talk about this because I know we have other ship 2 players in on this channel. Guys, let's have a little private meeting just amongst us ship 2 viewers. What do we want to make ship 2? What do we want to become? Do we want to become ship 2 the nightclub? Ship 2 like the creative space contest people? Like what would everyone like to see?
Chip 2 the dry hairs.
Listen,
I'm joking, but yeah.
we are very progression heavy. I will be the first to say that. I've been in a couple random groups where they're like, "What's your battle power? 3877. I need you to do better." And I'm like, "What? I thought I did
Chuchu
good."
knows.
It's like, "I thought I did really good. I'm next level." And they're like, "No, you need at least 15 more points." I'm like, "Oh god. I didn't even know I could get 15 more points." Ship 2 the
Yes.
sweaty ship. All right. All right. See, I like where
Yes.
choo choo. Good idea. Good idea.
It is like that. There are some alliances out there that they ask you to be a really good player to be part of them. That's why I don't ask for that. I feel like it's too just going too sweaty.
And you know what, Cruz? I completely agree with you as well. Cruz mentioned, I mean, I'd like to see Sega combine all ships and be done with the ship servers. The reality of it all is, unfortunately, since time immemorial for server issues, they have to keep things separated into ships. But I would love to see them implement a means of us being able to travel to ships without having to make ults on other ships. Like I would love
The
to
only
have this
way
character. Oh, is there a way to do it?
The only way to do it is on Lecial exploration. It's multi-ship, cross-ship matchmaking now.
Oh.
So we can play with people from other ships just on that piece of content. Hopefully in the future they plan to add more content that is cross-ship matchmaking.
I was not aware of that. Those are the yellow trigger ones? The yellow quest triggers?
Those are the island in the sky, Lecial exploration.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, yeah. See, and I'm glad that there's a workaround for it. I mean, I remember early on many workarounds I had to do in order to get some fashion items for my alliance members that involved maybe a gotcha machine. Don't ask me how I did it, but I did, and it worked. We do find workarounds for those things, but I hope at some point later on down the line we would be able to connect a little easier, though, outside
Yes,
of the Lecial explorations.
yes, like Cruz says, I think they were testing the waters with the LC with Lecial to see if it has some issues, if it works,
And is it showing
and
to
it
work?
works.
What is? I was gonna say it's showing to work well because I haven't seen any issues regarding it. Right?
It works. The only thing that you cannot do is interact with friend list and alliances, but it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that makes perfect sense. Well, all right. So maybe we'll be, maybe we'll be shipped to the communication ship. We'll just be the motherboard. We'll be the telephone ship where we just connect, you know, and have events, cross events for all of us. We could do that too, right? We can make that happen.
Oh yeah, it sounds good. Having events that are multiple ships.
I would love that. I would love that because I mean, you see the ones on streaming channels, and I love watching those. Don't get me wrong, I have a blast watching those, but it'd also be fun to be able to just bring my character over there. Oh, you've got your own personal hi,
That's
hello.
my officer.
That's your off. She's your officer. Hello,
Yes,
welcome. Oh, she's cute. Oh, she's so
uh,
cute.
that is a decoy. It's made after a player's look.
Really?
Yes, it's a good thing we have on creative spaces. If I place down here, for example, I place down this thing and I interact with it, I can put a copy of my character in the ground and move it all the way I want it, put it wherever I want it,
What?
just like that.
Oh my gosh! Wait. I have to specifically position myself. Yes, I am between two cute cat girls. I win. All right, guys.
Yes, you
Stream's
can.
over. It's been fun. No, I'm just kidding. Happy place. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this because I can. There we go. And they're both eating pizzas. Oh yes, this is the best. Wait, I'm gonna make sure I get this right. There we go. Oh, I can't wait to make this the thumbnail for when I post this interview up on YouTube. Please look forward to it.
Oh my, yeah.
Please
The
look
therapy
forward.
with the rifle. The therapy with the gun is also funny.
I noticed it too. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, it's security. Of course. What else could it be? It's security.
it is security indeed.
You know
But
what?
the gun and the therapy are separate things.
Rappies used to be rappies were very scary in other PSO titles. So every time I see a rappy now, I choose to respect the rappy. I'm like, I'm not going to be disrespectful.
We have a friend that doesn't like when we hurt the rappies.
Really?
Yes, yes, he likes to protect them, like the cute fluff, only singing.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way in Phantasy Star Online. I'm just going to tell you right now, they are not kind. They hurt real bad. They hurt real bad. And you have your own mag here too, which is
Yeah,
sparkling.
that is the mag I was talking about. Everyone is free to access it, and it only costs Genesis points, which you get a lot of them on the creative space task weeklies. You only need to pay a couple of
Oh.
Genesis points and you access the buff. It gives you very useful buffs.
Oh, wow.
10% more HP, 10% more photon power, more potency, and rare drop chances even.
Now, and these other decoys that are here, are these other members of your current alliance here?
Yes, this is my officer Salvi, this is myself, and this is Sarsak over here.
Oh my God, Senri! Oh my God, they you you all look like guardians, and I love it. I
And I
absolutely
even
love
put
it.
the slime on. I want Sarsak to look at the slime.
That is beautiful. I did not know you can do that. That's amazing. And
Yes,
uh, uh, chat, if you're looking for an alliance, you should join this one. This one's fun. This is a fun alliance. Look at this. Look at all the things you can get here so far. Recruit. You're like, just in case you missed that memo, I just want to put that out there.
we are indeed recruiting for new members.
Here, actually, let me, before I forget, I want to make sure that I do this as well. Um, I'm going to actually also give a shout out to your channel because I want folks to be able to also check you out. And in doing so, they can also check out more about your alliance too. So before I forget, I want to make sure I include that. We're getting towards the top of the hour, so I can give those reminders that way. So
Much appreciated.
no problem. I would love to have more. I would love to see this alliance grow and flourish and then become the official, like, Ship 2 alliance of fun. Just what do you have on Ship 2? We have fun alliances. Look at this. Look at
We
all
have
these
the
things.
Animal Ears Cafe. It's a chill place.
Oh my gosh, I just noticed that big. Did you make that?
That was made by a friend, and I stole them from them.
Oh, I like how you're very honest. So you're like, I took it from them, but I loved it so much. I needed this art
Yes,
piece. That's
I actually had
great.
a Goku pixel art before, but I replaced it for the Dango pixel art cats.
Oh, so who are we giving this art credit to? I just want to make sure we give proper art credit.
So credits to Cakewalk. Cakewalk
Cakewalk.
was Yeah, Cakewalk was the one who made this pixel art. It's awesome.
Oh, it's so cute. I love it. I absolutely. It's really tall. Oh my gosh, that's a
It
lot of
is.
work.
Yeah, I'm surprised by the things some players can do.
Well, maybe.
Even myself, I want to learn how to make pixel art in this game.
Why don't you? What's stopping you from doing it? Huh? You
Just
can.
me being lazy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's like time. I got none of it. It's like all right, not wrong.
Yes,
Fair.
I need to build a little bit more.
That's okay. You have all this space though to give it a whirl. I just can't get over how much land you have. You really utilize all your space, and it looks like you still have plenty of space to fill with stuff if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, I want here to be a park. Yeah, over here on the pixel art, I want it to be a park with trees and benches. And down on the road, I want to make the cafeteria, the restaurant over here. And this is
Oh.
what I'm working on right now.
Oh my gosh. Where'd you get the sign from?
The sign is from the Black Lagoon collaboration.
Oh.
It's from the anime Black Lagoon.
Oh, look, you have the menu right here too to tell everybody what today's specials are.
Yes,
I
this is kind
love
of the
this.
pool area and the outside area. In the top, I have the second floor, and I try to build it around a tree. That was the idea, and I still need to build the inside of the restaurant, and you can sit down on these as well.
Now, I'm just going to put this out there because I know that a lot of your content relates to farming, like drops and farming rare drops. Have you ever considered becoming a creative space interior decorator and doing dedicated streams to that? Because this is beautiful.
I would like to. I would love to. And when the Creative Spaces released it, back then when it first released, I was trying to do that with a friend of mine, but we stopped actually. And I would like to continue that.
Oh, I hope you do. I hope you get this creative energy to go back and do it because I love what you've done so far.
Yes, we were actually like uh, telling people that they could hire us for decoration. I know,
Can you
and it was kind
actually
of
can you decorate other people's spaces? I thought you could only do your own creative space.
yes, you can. If you are friends with someone else and they want help on their creative spaces or anything, you can be uh, granted access to build. That's how you get decoys from friends, for example. If you want a copy of your friend on your house, you ask your friend, you give them permission, and they can build whatever they want,
Oh,
place down the
wow.
copies, and then after they're done, it's up to you if you want to remove the the privileges, the access to the
Oh,
build.
wow. I didn't know. Hi, Rocker. Yes, there is a Pizza Made stream. I'm currently looking at the majestic beauty that is Raijin Arlex's creative space, and don't even look at my creative space. I have nothing in mine. Mine is completely empty because I don't know what to do with it. But this is giving so much like ideas. Have you also ever thought about visiting other creative spaces and like giving your input on them, like having like
Oh
fellow
yeah,
viewers that are like, "Hey, come look at my space. Check out my crib and tell me what you think."
oh yeah. Cruz is one of them that they asked me for, like to check out their creative spaces. Cruz have built an amazing space. They
Oh.
have tried to replicate one of the cities from Tokyo, and it's looking awesome. I take I take some inspiration for some of that. I like visiting other creative spaces because of that. Like I wanna have my own ideas. I wanna be inspired by some others and have my own ideas, apply it somewhere different. Like you know, and it yes, that's the that what was something I was building last month. It's actually interactable and you can play with friends.
No.
Here on the Alliance, only with Alliance members. But if you put one of these on your space, you can play with anyone that you give permission to. You need permission to be able to move the pieces. That's the only thing. But it works like a chess. I can move the pieces like here, like this.
That's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna be
And
honest. I don't know how to play chess well, so I'm gonna watch you play chess, and I'm gonna support you.
I had to learn in the past.
Well,
But I'm glad that Sega bring these pieces down. This is a nice addition. Nice addition.
so I'm curious to ask then, in real life, IRL, Raj and Arlex, what do you enjoy doing outside of PSO2? Do you have any other fun hobbies that you enjoy doing as well?
Well, good question. I enjoy I enjoy hmm, I enjoy playing games. I enjoy chilling. Mm, if I have a hobby, I should say I like to be here on NGS. This is my hobby.
That's okay. That's a great hobby. This is also my hobby.
because I can do various things while I'm just online and hanging out. I feel like I'm relaxing when I'm online.
Oh, oh, there's static noise coming from the mic. Is it coming from my mic, Cruz, or is it coming from Rajan? I just want to make sure. Apologies for that.
Ooh, is it
It,
mine?
oh, no, I don't think it's yours. It might be mine. I apologize if it is. There might have been a noise coming. Oops, sorry about that. Let me know if it's any better for you. Make sure that the audio levels are good here. It's like,
It's actually like a mess. I need to clean this. There's rappies around. I was testing out some building parts over here.
but there's so many parts here to discover. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it got fixed. Okay. Thank you. All right, I think I know what it was. Move that over there. It might have been an electronic device going off, so I want to make sure we fix that real fast. You have a lot of different items in here.
Yes, these are relatively new, these two. These dolls.
Oh, wow. They're so
And the
cute.
rappy stuff, I think they come from PSO2 base as well. The rappy stuff.
Oh, yes, I do remember some of these.
Don't mind the rappy in the in the
Just hanging out. Just wait, is that milk?
in the
Is that?
pot.
Oh, are you trying to
I
cook
think
this
it's two.
one? Are you trying to cook this rappy? Can this rappy not defend? Blink once if you need help, and blink twice if you're okay. Oh, he blinked once. Come on, buddy. Let's get you out of here. Let's save you. Let's save you.
Yes, there's many crazy things I had seen.
Oh, PSO2 NGS Alana. Oh, Pizza Maid has a very interesting character. Oh, thank you so much. She is a android robot, and she is actually she was just created to be a pilot for a mech unit, for like a Gundam unit. So I pilot
Okay.
all of the bigger robots, like Rajan.
Welcome, Solana.
Hi, Solana. How are you? Oh, so many new folks coming by. I love it. Such sweet people. Hello, hello. Now, I'm curious to ask then. I'm going to send a question over to chat cuz I see that there's a lot of PSO2 NGS players. What do you guys like to play in this game? And and I'm going to ask you this question as well, Rajan. What is your favorite race and class in PSO2? I'm curious to get everybody's insight on this.
Hmm. Well, first thing, I'm really glad that we don't need an specific race, and all the races can use any parts, any horns, any ears, any colors, anything. I'm glad for that.
Yep.
But I'm a human. If you ask me, I prefer the humans. I noticed that they don't have stats on NGS, but they do have stats for race on PSO2 base. So I decided to go for Human because I read the description and it says that it was a DPS class, and I went for that, a Human.
That was actually my first character as well. My first character was a Dooman. I wanted to be a Dooman Braver, and that's what I started out as. So,
Yeah. There's Human, Newman, and cast players. Some friends want the Beast race to come back, they say.
oh yeah, I would be okay with this. I actually recall in Phantasy Star Universe there is a race called Beasts where they can have tails, and they can have a lot of feline or canine features, and it's actually really cute. So I would love to see them bring that back.
Yes, a friend of mine was asking for an actual animal snout, like face,
That
that
is
we
a
can have.
that is a very real thing. They do exist. If you really want it, go play Phantasy Star Universe. It's free to
That would be
play
awesome.
in private servers. But I think they also have something available in. They don't have any like snouts or anything available in PSO2 New Genesis. I thought they did.
Maybe an accessory or body accessory that we can have.
I think so. I hope so, at least. That would be great. No reason not to. And it looks like chat's coming in. Chat, Chocho. Oh, please. I apologize if I'm butchering any names. Choo-Choo851 says, I play Newman, Hunter, Force, and Tector, which is awesome. Cruz says, I've started at human in PSO2 base, so I guess I'm okay with that race. I'm so basic. There's nothing basic about humans. We're amazing. I support this to the fullest. Did you just go through a magical girl transformation while I was in the middle of talking with chat? What?
I'm sorry.
No,
This is
don't
my
be
cat.
sorry. This is amazing.
This is my
That's-
cast character.
Wait, is this... Did you change? Or did you... Oh, is this still the same Dooman, just in a different costume?
Indeed, I'm still a human, but I'm wearing cast body parts. It's what I say. I like that we can do anything with our characters.
Well, I just want you
There's
to...
no race restriction.
Well, I want you to know there's no restriction to how much I love this costume. This is my favorite costume. And why don't you wear it more often? This is my favorite.
I need to work on it.
What do you mean you need to work on it? It looks perfect.
I made it like maybe a year ago.
I love it. I don't know if I can show... Can I show my other outfits? I don't know how to do that. How do you do that?
I have it saved on the looks book. You can save it. You can save it up to 10 if you are free to play. You can save 10 looks that you can change anywhere. On your menu on customize looks.
Oh. Okay. Do I? Okay. I'm gonna look for that. I'm gonna do that too. And then I'm just gonna magical girl transform like you. Oh, Solana91 also says human or cast, main class Slayer. Very good choice. Slayer's a heck of a class right now. That's a lot of fun to play. I'm like, whoa, this is not that it's broken, but it feels very strong. And I'm just like, wow, I wasn't prepared for this.
Slayer is great. I've been maining Slayer all this time.
Oh, you've
since it
been playing
released.
the whole time?
Since it came to NGS, I tried the Slayer class and I love it.
Oh, wow. See, I've been a Braver for so many years. And I specifically play Katana Braver, and I've never been able to break, or at least on my main character, which is, this is the character that I stream with. My other character is a Dooman, and when I play her, she plays as a Katana Braver, and I absolutely love it. I hope that they'll make Fighter cool with the next update. I actually really like Fighter right now. Does it change? Like, is it hard or bad now? Because I always enjoyed playing Fighter.
Fighter is really good, but I hear there are some rumors that it may be the next class that is getting a
An
workout.
update? Oh, I'd
Yeah,
be okay
noted.
with that. Oh, Solana, it's time to go to bed for me. It's 3 a.m. for me. Have fun in the stream. Oh, Solana, thank you so much for staying up so late. I greatly appreciate you stopping by. And I hope you get all the rest. Oh, that is so sweet of you to stop on by and watch. Thank you so very, very much. That's
Good night,
insane.
Solana.
Wow, your community members are the absolute sweetest. I love them.
They're
Right?
all awesome. Yeah,
They
very
are.
welcoming and nice.
I say, you know what? It's funny because I say the same thing about the maid militia and the academy as well. It's like when people ask, like, what's your community like? I'm like, maybe I'm biased, but I love my community. I think my community is the best. And they do amazing things and they make me smile every day. I imagine you say the same about your community as well, that they are also the best and that they make you smile. So,
Yes, our community may not be as big as Final Fantasy community, but we have a lovely community.
I agree. Now, I mean, I'm curious to ask you, and we're getting close to wrapping up stream soon, which I'm just not looking at the clock, but just pretend that I didn't look at the clock and let's just keep talking, and maybe I don't have to go to bed. But do you feel, as an NGS content creator, and what I feel as like a representative of the community, if there was other players maybe even folks that are in the current chat room right now that were interested in wanting to become a creator, a content creator, or wanting to start their own community within PSO2 New Genesis, where do you think would be the best starting steps?
Well, there are many ways now, many ways to become a content creator. This last month, I believe they changed the requirement for it. They changed the requirement and they made Instagram, even Twitter, X, available for applying. If you meet the requirement for those social medias, and if you create content and you have the amount of views and audience, you can get into the program now. They changed it. Now it's not every, it's now every 3 months. They do the reevaluating and the stats every 3 months. It used to be every month. Every month you have to reach 15 viewers average on Twitch. And I speak because Twitch is my main platform. So I only know about Twitch. Yeah, and it has been changed now. It's 3 months. For 3 months, you need to continue being enough 15 average viewer.
And
For now, they have it like that.
and
I
also
would really.
I want to I think as well, for anybody maybe who doesn't want to be an NGS creator but just be a content creator for PSO2, I think there's so many different ways that you can go about doing it. So I think building a community and building your own personal community within your channel, it doesn't require you being an NGS content creator. I just want to make sure it's clear that you don't have to be an NGS content creator to start your own community, but if you
No,
want to, there's certain steps for it. So
indeed. And I encourage people to create content for NGS. We need more content creators.
I agree, and a lot of them, maybe we could become ship to the creative space ship. I really think we're onto something here. I think you have a good idea. We just need to bring it forward.
The creative space chip sounds good.
Instead of creative space, we're just the creative ship. We just have nothing but great spaces and great houses. Come on, ship 2, I believe in us. We can do this. We're not going to be the try-hard ship. I don't want to be the try-hard ship. Please don't make us the try-hard ship. We're so much more than that. Cruz is saying he's too slow, and Sega will show in the headline for the changes, hopefully. Oh, so Fighter right now is currently slow. Okay. Gotcha.
Yes, they have been updating other classes and giving love to other classes and making them great.
It's always the rotation as to how, like, which class gets changes when, and then if they, like, let's say go to one class, skip another, and then focus on another, you're gonna have the group of bouncer mains going, why didn't you work on our class, or why didn't you work on our class? So,
Yes, especially Bo. Bo needs love.
I have a soft spot for the bouncers. I got a soft spot for, of course, my rangers. I do love my rangers. I don't know if rangers are terribly good right now, but I don't care. I'll always play a ranger, just as
They're
I
the
will
best.
always play a braver.
Rangers are the best. We always need a ranger in the party.
Is it a launcher ranger or a rifle ranger that's always needed in the party?
I think bot. I think rifle shines more when it's combined with a launcher, but in the same weapon. But a rifle is what we need most of the time because they have this ability called blind rounds, and it gives around 50% more damage to others. It's very useful.
Why not both? That's right, Cruz. Why
Why
not
not
both?
both?
Why limit yourself to one when you can just be both types of rangers and be awesome? Got it. See, this is actually my first time playing Gunner, and I'm not familiar with playing Gunner, and I actually couldn't play Gunner in base PSO2 for a long while because the jumping animations for Gunner would make me motion sick. Very randomly. I learned it as I was watching somebody streaming as a Gunner. I'm like, why am I getting so sick? Oh my god, I'm
Oh, that's
getting motion
interesting.
Yeah, and it was the first time it had ever happened to me, and I was like, am I gonna be okay? And then I made this character and I made her a Gunner, and I realized what I did, and I was like, oh, I messed up. Well, now I gotta
It's
commit to the bit.
because Gunner is very stylish and is always jumping around.
Exactly. It's a little jumping bean all over the place, and it's just like, oh, I'm hoping I don't give myself motion sickness though. I should be okay. I just need to learn how to play Gunner better in due time.
So far, I haven't suffered from motion sickness. What I have experienced is that sometimes the PSE blinds my eyes.
The PSE burst? Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, you're exactly right. And I get a little nervous sometimes because I'm like, is there a warning for them about flashing lights when the PSE bursts happen? Or can we make a change in the options that they don't burst as much or they don't blink as much?
The only thing we can do is reduce the bloom and the blur effects. The particle effects they recommend to decrease. I have it on halfway for everything. But some players recommend to bring it all the way down because it's too bright and the effects. Sega loves their effects.
Yeah.
Everything is so blooming
But you know
and
so much about even the back end of the game too, because these are important tips that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily know or have the hindsight to be like, oh, maybe I should do this.
yes, I have heard a lot of stuff from chat and from the community as well other streamers and some things I have found out myself too. Uh, with the time I have on the game, I'm glad that I have like some knowledge about it because I felt like a completely noob at the beginning. I
Yes.
had no knowledge about anything,
I
and still to this day there are things that I'm finding out still.
and you're like, wait, I could do what? I can do that? Since when?
Indeed.
Well, that's the one thing. I actually, when I was streaming, not this past week, maybe it was the week before, I was streaming PSO2 New Genesis. I was speaking to a new player, and out of respect of their privacy, I won't mention their name, but I remember them saying they're like, "Wow, this is a lot to go through," and it's like it is. PSO2 base PSO2 and PSO2 New Genesis I like to call menu MMOs. Hi Cruz.
Well, here, Cruz.
Hey.
Hi, Cruz.
Hello. I'm like a lot of it is a menu game because you go through so many menus to get to so many points. So I always encourage folks that as overwhelming as it can be at first, and it is for everyone, we all start from the beginning, we all start from somewhere. So I always encourage folks to just keep going and to keep watching streams and making friends and joining an alliance so that they can get better acclimated to the game because it is a lot to take in at first. It most certainly is.
It is, it is. All the questions, everything that is like related to the game is welcome. There are many players that are joining the game. Many players that I have noticed joining new to the game, and they don't know like the things we know, for example. And is sometimes it's hard to explain. Sometimes it's difficult to go through many uh, like specific details about augmenting gear or changing, being more efficient, and that stuff. And I would like to do YouTube guides for that matter because I want to answer the questions. I want to be able to give a proper description and answer.
Okay,
So
I'm curious to ask you, and unfortunately, I think this may have to be the last question for the night. But I'm going to ask this because I think it's going to be a very long answer, and I want it to be a long answer if you let it be. Where do you see yourself then in maybe 1 year or 3 years' time as a content creator for New Genesis, and what do you want to achieve in that time?
oh wow. Well,
Yeah, you're like, that wasn't on the email that you sent me, pizza. I wasn't prepared for that. I told you.
well, first things, it was very hard to become a content creator in my point of view. It was really difficult to achieve it. I was streaming for so long, for so many hours. I even burned myself out a couple of times because of how much I streamed the game. But I began to take more breaks. I began to take it more chill. I took streaming more seriously 2 years ago. I started streaming more seriously. And I began to search for this goal of being a content creator because I got inspired by thrift shopping, like I say. Elena was also another great streamer that inspired me to become a content creator. And they welcomed me, and I wanted to welcome other players as well on my channel. I wanted to be part of that community. I wanted to be part of something. That's the thing I feel is more important. I wanted to feel part of something, and I found something that I feel part of finally. And I want to continue being a content creator. Not just that, I want to continue streaming NGS, other games as well. I want to continue with my streaming career, and hopefully in the future we can have more events in the game, more events in the channel, and I will continue supporting this game, saying that it's still young and we still have much to experience. I see myself from here on 1 year celebrating more events. That's what I say. I want to make a Halloween event. I want to make a Christmas event. I want to do fashion events, give prizes to the winners. I want to be able to get in touch more with the community we're building because we have an amazing community. We have wonderful people around us, and so far, most of the friends that I have met on Chip 2, they all support me and they all are wonderful people.
So I I have no words. I have none because I'm getting choked up. I'm sorry. In a good way, of course. I want to be clear. It's nice to hear that there's people who play the game and enjoy the game. They play the game purely for the enjoyment of it. But there are also players in this game that care about making the space of others friendly and open and comfortable. And because you are that person, I feel very honored to call you both my friend. And I'm so proud of what you've done so far. And I feel like this is just the beginning. There's still so much more you've yet to show us. So I'm pretty
Yes,
excited to
indeed.
see. I can't wait for this Halloween party. Let me tell you, I'm going to get my Halloween costume ready. You watch.
Everyone is welcome to join, indeed.
Yeah. Now, I do, as we are wrapping up soon, I do want to at least open the floor. What are some of the ways that folks can reach out to you? And if you do have access to, we play Barbie the MMO.
Oh my.
And I'm we're not wrong, and I'm okay with it. I'm here for it. For folks, if folks did want to reach you, for the first time, if this is the first time they're seeing you on this channel, how can folks check you out, and what other social media platforms are you on? And if you could also, I feel horrible for asking again, if you want to give just one more blurb about your alliance, so that if people are thinking about what ship should I play on, they'll think, oh, I want to go to ship 2 because I want to join Raijin's alliance.
Well, that's a good point. Many players don't expect that the ship choice is very important. Choosing your first ship is very important. It will determine the people you play with every day, and you don't know who is gonna become a friend, or if you wanna find a community that you feel comfortable with. Many players have told me like, oh, I left this alliance because problems, because drama, because there's fights or this or that, and I just don't like that. I wanna combat the negativeness with some more chillness and positive talks. I I have seen it. I have seen it. The hate around in the game, the many drama around too. But I feel like NGS has a place for everybody, and it doesn't matter what chip you play on. The only thing that matters is the friends that you made along the way, and that you have fun playing the game. If you don't have fun playing the game, there is something else happening. And about the alliance, we are welcoming everyone that is new to the game, veteran players as well. New to returning players are welcome to join us. I don't press anybody. and I respect everyone's time. I'm not gonna kick you from the alliance just because you only log in on a week. I understand that everyone is busy and it's a busy life. It's a busy world. So I'm glad enough that you decided to join our alliance, and we are here to have a chill time. Is that not right, Chris?
And as the costume changes are happening, I'm like, this is the most warm and beautiful discussion we're having. And then I see Cruz change into a military woman. I went, this is exactly why I love this game. This explains this
Yeah.
game to a T. But it's true. This is a game that it's what you make of it because it's behind your control and it's at your pace. So I encourage folks to do that. But what I am gonna do for you is I'm gonna give another shout out again because I want to. Well, if the game will let me do it. Okay. I'm going to give one more shout out again to you because I do want folks to be able to access your channel as well and see where you are doing and when you are streaming as well. Do you have a stream schedule as well?
A stream schedule? Well, for now I stream Wednesdays after the update is over, after the maintenance is complete. I like to cover the news on Wednesday, especially, and then I stream the weekends just to chill and farm with friends. But we Wednesday is when I check the news of the game. So
Okay.
I stream 2 days per week, and I'm planning to expand it more. I want to stream more often.
Okay. Unfortunately, the Twitch will not let me give you another shout out because I gave you one already, so I have to wait 24 minutes. But if Rajan would be so
No
kind as to
worries.
post some emojis in chat, go to that Twitch channel and then follow all the things. Follow Rajan. Do what the pizza mate says. Do it. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So what I'm actually gonna do here though is I'm going to there you go. See, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. For myself here, I'm actually going to exit the game, but I'd love for you to stick around. Actually, let me first. I wanna say goodbye to Cruz. I wanna give Cruz a. Can I hug Cruz? Because I do want to hug him. Cruz, Cruz. Where are you? Can I give you a hug? Do I have a hug emote?
Be
Oh, I can
careful with
cheer.
the wheels.
I can cheer for you. I can do it. I can cheer. I can and I just did. See, and I could cheer you on some more. Thank you so much, Cruz, for your kindness, and thank you so much for joining us here today, too. Unfortunately for me, I'm going to be leaving this alliance space, but what we are going to do is we are now going to have what we call here a Matorado. And basically, how the Madorados work is we like to give all the love and positivity to another channel. So first and foremost, I want to take a moment to thank you, Rajan, for taking time out of your schedule for letting us be able to interview you. It's been an absolute blast and an esteemed pleasure. And I actually hope I get to do this again with you in the future. I hope maybe like a year from now we could follow up and be like, so what have you been up to? And you tell me all the things you've done.
Many, many things for sure.
Yeah,
I
I hope
appreciate the
so.
opportunity. Thank you so much, Pixamate.
No, it's been my pleasure. It has been an absolute pleasure. And what we're
It has
actually
been
going to
very fun.
do, well, I would like to send this same excitement over to another channel. I think we've generated a lot of good energy, and I'm very much a believer of positive energy, and that energy can get passed to others. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look here and see. We've got quite a few channels right now that are also playing PSO2 New Genesis. So I see here, you're gonna help me with this too, if you happen to know any of these folks. There is an Addie the Laddie, there's an Eat More Vitamins, Your Sweet Little Angel, Azel Snow, and Crow Tepis. Do you know any of these other content creators that we could pass a Mado Rado to?
Hmm. I'm seeing a couple of familiar names. I know your sweet angel, and I know this streamer called Alexa Sander as well.
Oh, okay, okay. Do you want to send me a username of a person we should stream, and we'll send that Mado Rado over to them. We should both do it at the same time. You'll still be on the call, but we could send that energy together.
It would be awesome. Mm, yes, I think this would be nice. Here.
Okay. Let's see. Where's that going? Okay, let's see where that's going to. Oh, okay. Perfect. I got the name. All right. Let's go and send that over to that person. Let me just make sure I have it spelled correctly because I am notorious for not spelling well at all. Nope. Okay, I got it. I did it. I did it, and it mattered. Okay. Oh, okay. Alrighty then. Let's do this. I'm so excited. All right. So let me copy this and let me do one more thing over here so I am getting this right. Okay. We'll get the ending music going. I'm stealing Sanyan in my mech ship. Sanya's coming with me as well. All right, you guys, we're going to wrap up the stream here. On behalf of Raijin and myself, thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 4 of Margarita's Happy Hour. It's been a pleasure to serve you all. Please, again, be sure to check out Raijin and Arlex over on their channel, and also be sure to look out in the coming days. There will be a YouTube available. If you missed this episode and you want to catch the VOD, everything will be available at your leisure then, so please be on the lookout for that. And again, thank you guys so much. This has been the head maid in charge tuning in. Let me also get this raid going.
Ooh, yeah, I will check it out, the YouTube video.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a YouTube video that you can also share to anyone that you would like, as well as any of your other fellow content creators, viewers, if they were unable to make it today. So let's get this going to them. We've got this raid going to Alex Sandisar. Yes, who is currently streaming some PSO2 New Genesis right now. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and never, ever, 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 ever forget that this little android loves you, and also this little cat girl loves you. So on behalf of myself, I'm going to say bye-bye. Raijin, would you like to say bye-bye?
Bye-bye. See you all in the next headline.
See you all in the next NGS headline, and have yourselves a great week. We'll be back in action next week. See you guys then.